Hi, my dear Pisces. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Lucy the Antigua Tarot. My name is Lucy, and I am here to do your reading, your tarot reading for the month of August 2016. So, welcome, and let's take a look. Okay, my dear Pisces, so here is your reading for the month of August. And let's look at your cards. It's a 9-card spread. And interesting to note that you have swords coming in and swords leaving your reading. So I think that's very interesting and important. So we have the Three of Swords and the Ace of Swords. You have two Ace cards, the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles over here. You have the Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. And then you have another Three of Wands. So you have two threes and the Justice in the middle, which is a major arcana. You have three major arcanas: Justice, Tower, and the High Priestess. And in terms of problematic, it looks like you have 1, 2, 3. The Three of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands, which are somewhat problematic. Okay, the Tower is a little different. That is a major arcana. We'll talk about those later. Let's kind of like review this spread, because my dear Pisces, I know that this month you want to be cultivating your love and your passion. You also want to be cultivating your self-confidence and focusing on being outgoing, sociable. Because there's a lot of intensity here. There's a lot going on in this reading. But you are going to find joy. And you have the High Priestess there. But don't get caught up in the negative vibes, okay? Be aware of them, but don't get caught up in them. There might be power struggles with friends, with love, or even with money. So, focus on what you need and balance you. Now, with the swords, the swords connect us to everything above the neck. In other words, the throat up to our head. That's the part of the body that the swords connect us to. So it is what we think, our brain. It's the element of air. So it's about what we say, how we perceive the world, what we believe and what we don't believe, how we make our decisions, how we understand or don't understand things. The swords do come with some of the most problematic aspects that we encounter with the numerous suits, the cups, the pentacles, the wands, and then the swords. You have no cups, but the suit of swords is the most problematic one because that is the nature of the swords, and the nature of the human mind. Okay, so it's all about processing or over processing or misunderstandings. But swords can also help clarify, can bring clarity to your thoughts. It can cut through the things we don't need to focus on, or cut through the bullshit if need be. Okay? Now, the Ace, the Two, and the Three of Swords are the first phase of the sword suits. Sorry. And the Ace of Swords is the one, the number one, and then there's two, and then there's the Three of Swords. So this is the Ace of Swords. It's one sword, and this is all about clarity and absolute knowing. And this is the card that's leaving your reading for the month of August. So it could be telling us that you will reach clarity, you will reach absolute knowing, you will know what is true for you, you will be able to assert yourself in this truth. And this is a very empowering card. This is the card of empowerment. So even though you have the Tower above it, and you have the Three of Swords coming in, you are leaving with this sword, with this ace, in spite of these difficult cards here. Now the Three of Swords is, it's followed by the two in the suit. And in this three, it's like reaching the limits. It's inevitable, fatal flaw with something. Something is flawed and it's inevitable. So there's like a disappointment. There's, there's yeah, shattered illusions. It does have a potential to heal an old hurt by looking at it in a different way, or to try to understand it in different terms, okay? Whatever that thing may be. Needing to reassess a situation because as it is not going to work. So looking at it again and trying to figure out perhaps another approach. It is also the painful clarity when something is, when something isn't what you want. Okay. And that is what's going on in general terms. Now let's look at the details here. Now, my dear Pisces, let's talk about, the threes. The threes, the Three of Swords, Three of Wands, Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, they mean stability. They mean foundation. Creating a foundation. Having to start a foundation. The first beginning of a foundation. Okay? With the swords, it's moving forward across boundaries. Moving forward across boundaries, moving into new territory. That's what this is. Okay. Building your foundation through your communication skills. Because it is swords, you have to maybe figure out a way to improve your communication skills. Address issues of importance to the relevant people. Perhaps you're not communicating to the people you need to communicate important stuff that's going on that's relevant to you and to this particular person or other person. And it's also saying to be honest with yourself. And that is what that card is telling you. With the Three of Wands, it's all about expressing your feelings with other people. Okay? So the Three of Swords is moving across boundaries, moving into new territory. Build upon your foundation through your communication skills and addressing issues of importance to the relevant people. Here it's telling you, use your words to express to people how you feel. Okay? It's also like you're waiting with the Three of Wands. You're waiting for something to come in, something to happen. Okay? And it's telling you not to cling to those people that are near you. Don't be clingy. Allow them their space. Also, pay attention to your family. Okay? Not just to your life partner. Okay? That's what this card is saying. All right, so those are the two cards that are at the top of your reading, which is what's crowning your reading. Okay, so you do have these two cards that are foundations, but with the swords, there's some pain happening, and you're going to learn an important lesson. And that lesson is going to be a foundation to new things that are coming in. But meanwhile, you have the Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. And the Five of Pentacles is right underneath your heart, because whatever it is that you found out about, the truth that you found out that has been very painful for you, is affecting how you're feeling right now. The Five of Pentacles is the idea of feeling isolated, feeling having a sense of not belonging, basically. And it makes sense if you are not communicating to people how you feel, um, you know, and not expressing what needs to express to the relevant people, you're going to feel this way. And then you have the Nine of Wands, which basically says that this is at your center. It's saying that things are getting complicated. So it's advising you to just take a deep breath and calm down. It could be that things are not as complicated as they seem. Uh, Things might be a little intense though. You might be feeling that you have to defend yourself or protect yourself. Okay, so you might have to be ready for blows that are going to come in. Okay, take care of things that need attention yourself. Don't depend on others to take care of things for you. You may need to defend your ideas or your character. So you need to start defending yourself adequately. Learn to use your words. Improve your communication skills. That's what this card is telling you. And you're getting this card right in your center, and it's telling you that also. Okay, my dear Pisces. That is what's happening here. You need to start defending yourself adequately. Stand up for yourself. Be aware and be informed. Be aware of what's going on around you and be well informed of what's happening around you. Okay. Now, as we spoke earlier, we did talk about the Ace of Swords, which is what's leaving your reading. But here underneath the Three of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Pentacles. And the aces are also like promises of new beginnings. And with the Ace of Pentacles, you are being given new opportunities to grow. And yeah, you're going to learn an important lesson here, and you're going to grow. We're going to talk about this in a little bit, but that's what this one's promising you. It's also promising you stability and security. And in yeah, okay. Whatever happens, it's promising you a long-term solution. It's going to have it's going to last a long time. I want to say longevity. I think that's how you say it. There's also going to be financial security with that card. That's some of the promises that you get. Financial security, or maybe just a promise that this is a stable and secure venture. All right, so maybe you are, all of this is happening and you're considering a path. Okay, and it's telling you that it'll be a good venture. So it's a really great card. So even though you have these very difficult cards here, the Three of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands, you've got these great cards, and you've got this one, which is very positive, but it is telling you to express your feelings. So don't forget to try to do that. Now let's go to the major arcanas, because we're gonna pull this stuff over a little bit. And you have these three major arcanas. You have the Justice, you have the Tower, and you have the High Priestess. Now it's interesting that you have Justice, you here, having to defend yourself. And under here you have, at the bottom, you have the High Priestess. You're being crowned by Justice, and your base is the High Priestess. Well, that's very beautiful. So what does justice mean? So justice is all about fairness, balance, and moderation in our lives. So be fair, be balanced, and have moderation in your life. Okay? You might be asking yourself if you and your long-term partner should be together. When this card appears, the answer is most likely you have to go your separate ways. Okay? It may mean that the commitment is coming to an end. All right? Maybe you've tried and it's just not working. And there's a time when you just have to say enough. Enough is enough, and move on. Let go. And because it's the end. It's coming to an end. Okay? And that's what that card is saying. And then you're followed by the Three of Wands, which is the promise of something new coming in. But going back to justice, remain clear about what you want, and then see how you can get it. So what is it that you want? Be clear about what it is you want. You can't, because if you still want that relationship, whatever, if that's happening for you, these are general readings, but it's telling you forget it. That's, most likely you have to go your separate ways, that this commitment is coming to an end, but to remain clear about what you want, and then see how to get how you can get along with it, how you can get on. And don't blame yourself. Okay? Don't blame yourself because things didn't work out. It's been a big disillusionment for you, apparently. This card is all about being fair and not putting the blame on yourself. Okay? It's nobody's fault. I mean, especially it's not your fault. Some things are just out of our control, so it's just time to move on. Time to be grounded. Time to connect yourself to you, to your needs, to your universe. Um, Time to see things that go beyond you, the bigger picture. Okay, it's not just about you anymore. It's about what you do now to create your future. Expand your horizons a little bit. Don't let it all be about just you. And I think that's what Justice is talking about. And it is crowning your Nine of Wands, where you have that sense that you need to be defending yourself. Okay. Be aware and informed of what's going on, for sure. Okay, then you have the second major arcana, which is the Tower. And this Tower, okay, it's like you have Five of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, the Three of Swords, and then you have this Tower. Okay, and the Tower is a really positive card, even though it looks kind of weird. Both of these cards are really good cards because this is a lesson that needs to be learned. And when you learn that lesson and you realize that things aren't what you thought they were, what you believed to be true falls apart. So this is all about the heart, what we feel. Okay, it's about uniting, bringing together who we really are, our new sense of self, perhaps. Um, it's about ultimately changing. This card creates change in our life. This is the change card. Things will change. Things are changing for you guys. Again, this is a general reading, but that's what that card means. It's talking about change. It's not negative or positive. Okay, it's not a negative change or a positive change. It simply represents change, and often it's sudden change. Because once a truth is either accepted or rejected, then change follows. Whether you decide to accept this truth or to reject this truth, this truth that you're getting with the Three of Swords and the Justice card. Whether you accept that truth or not, there will be change. Change will follow. So sudden change could be for good, or it could be for bad. Because if you accept the truth and then it's a good change, see, you have this promise down here. If it's a good change, if you accept the truth. But if you refuse the truth and you decide to stay with the old ways, and then the change will be more negative again for you. So whatever you decide, the change is coming. Okay? Because, the universe hates stagnation, hates things just never changing. The universe is all about changes, and it is always happening. So it's going to happen. So how you decide to deal with it, that's going to be different. And yeah, people who maybe you who were important to you are probably no longer going to be there. So you need to accept these new circumstances. All right. That's basically what that card is telling you. Perhaps you didn't realize this, you weren't really realizing it, but maybe now I think maybe you are awakening to this realization. Hence, you're getting these cards in this reading. Again, guys, this is a general reading, but things are shifting for you. Okay, and that is what that card means. So it's going to be a transition, a sudden transition. Okay. All right. So then here at the bottom, you have this dynamics going on here. The Justice, the Tower, and then here in the center again you have the High Priestess. And this is a beautiful card. This is a very spiritual card, the High Priestess. She's insightful, intelligent, an expertise, knowledge, intuition, psychic ability, being aware of stuff before they happen, have that foreknowing sense of things before they happen. This is let's see, this is also balancing the energies of the negative and the positive, the yin and yang, being able to balance these two energies in oneself, following your intuition, which will lead you to the right place. Okay, being able to develop your intuition. It's one of the most spiritual cards in the tarot. So the challenge is to learn to follow your instinct. Act on what you feel is the right advice or the right thing, for you. In other words, balancing you. That was the total energy at the beginning of the reading. That's what I said. It's all about balancing you. And you're getting the High Priestess in between your two Ace cards. Very positive. Very, very positive. So it's about self-development, spiritual development, listening to your dreams, psychic development. All right. Paying attention to think about your fantasies, your goals. What are your dreams? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? What do you want to achieve? Because this thing that you were focused on, it needs to, you confront the truth. You are here. You're getting these cards. So, something's going to be happening that's important for you in the next couple of months. So, be ready. Start working on these new changes that are coming in. And, don't be afraid to reach high. Don't be afraid to set your goals up high. And if you are a woman, just tune into your sexuality and your femininity. Okay? Tune into that. And if you are a man, embrace that feminine energy that's around you, the women, the high priestesses of your life. All right, guys. So, gosh, that is your reading for the month of August. Okay, take good care, and I will see you in September. Hello, bye-bye, everybody. Take care.